You can't assassinate what's never knelt to public approval. Character assassination is a weapon used when real power doesn't exist. It's the whisper campaign of the weak, the smear from those who can't compete. But here's what they never tell you. It only works on men who fear being misunderstood. The Sigma male, he doesn't play that game. His identity isn't up for auction, his reputation isn't built on crowd applause, and his life doesn't revolve around perception. So when the character attacks come, as they always do when strength threatens fragility, the Sigma doesn't bend, he doesn't flinch, and he damn sure doesn't explain. This isn't because he's untouchable, it's because he's uninvested in your version of him. He built his integrity in silence. And when the gossip starts, when the lies echo louder than facts, when the crowd demands a reaction, the Sigma delivers the deadliest response known to man. Nothing at all. Here are 10 truths about why Sigma males walk through slander like smoke and how their inner architecture makes them immune to the most common social weapon of the modern age, character assassination. 1. He doesn't need a reputation to function. Men fall apart when image matters more than substance. Sigmas just build substance. Most men perform. Every day they dress their voices, posture their opinions, and edit their presence to pass the vibe check. Their world is built on approval. That makes their identity a hostage held at gunpoint by other people's narratives. But the Sigma? He operates on internal systems. Self-worth calibrated by private metrics. Direction steered by mission, not applause. So when someone tries to assassinate his character, they're attacking a hologram he never authored. He doesn't panic when rumors spread. He doesn't rush to clear his name. He knows the truth doesn't expire just because it's outnumbered. You can't kill what he never let the world borrow. And you can't cancel a man who already lives off-grid from public opinion. 2. He's already misunderstood, and he's fine with it. The crowd's confusion is not a crisis to the man who was never seeking clarity from them. Character assassination relies on panic. It needs you to scramble, to beg people to see your side, to exhaust yourself trying to correct the narrative. But the Sigma? He's been misunderstood his entire life. Too quiet, too distant, too intense, and not once did he campaign for public approval. That built a psychological immunity. Misunderstanding doesn't unnerve him. He doesn't explain. He observes. While others react to false accusations, he takes mental notes. He lets the slander burn itself out while he builds. He doesn't clean up their mess, he elevates until the noise can't reach. 3. He keeps his real life offline. When they come for your name but can't find your life, all they attack is shadows. In an age where people post every breakfast, heartbreak, and thought, the Sigma male is an anomaly. He posts nothing, shares little, lives quietly. He isn't out there broadcasting validation or uploading evidence of a life well lived. Instead, he chooses the shadows not to hide, but to control the spotlight. So when people try to destroy his character, they're shooting in the dark. There are no breadcrumbs to twist, no timeline to dissect, no vulnerability carelessly handed over in exchange for clout. His life is a locked vault, not a live stream. There are no confessions to clip, no weaknesses displayed for applause, no digital footprints you can backtrack to prove your narrative. He doesn't serve his soul on the algorithm's altar. He made privacy his armor. Every piece of silence is a steel plate. Every absence from a trend is a layer of defense. And now when the mob reaches for dirt, all they find is clean stone. When they throw that stone, it doesn't hit him. It just bounces into silence, swallowed by a man who's learned to be his own witness, not the internet's exhibit. 4. He builds quiet influence, not loud popularity. Influence is quiet power. Popularity is loud vulnerability. Popularity is a fragile crown. One accusation and the whole kingdom burns. But Sigma males don't wear crowns, they build fortresses. And those fortresses are earned, not granted. He doesn't seek followers, he attracts respect. And respect built on action is immune to rumor. Those who know his work, his ethic, his character, they don't get swayed by cheap shots. The louder the lie, the more obvious it becomes to those paying attention. Why? Because Sigma males create receipts, not reactions. When the noise hits, their legacy holds. 5. He knows emotional control wins longer battles. Whoever keeps their calm controls the story. Character attacks are designed to provoke. They don't just want to destroy your name, they want your reaction. Why? Because reactions can be edited, exaggerated, misquoted. But Sigmas stay calm, not passive calm, because the moment he fights back with emotion, the slanderer gets what they need, chaos. Instead, he turns the smear into silence. He gives them nothing to clip, nothing to twist, no meltdown to highlight. His calm becomes condemnation. It reveals the attackers as the only ones screaming. In that contrast, the lie exposes itself. 6. He's strategically unavailable to drama. You can't be dragged into a circus when you never stepped into the tent. Character assassination thrives on access. They need your voice, your defense, your attendance. But the Sigma has long since cut those wires. He doesn't argue in comments, doesn't explain himself in DMS, doesn't show up for drama disguised as clarity. You can't assassinate a man who isn't even on the battlefield. His absence becomes a shield. He doesn't just disappear, he designs his life so you never get close enough to scratch him. When the mob swings, they swing at air. 7. He never gave you his mask to begin with. The world can't ruin your image if you never curated one for them. Character assassination works best when someone's image has been carefully crafted to please the crowd. Because one crack in that image, it all comes crashing down. But Sigmas don't wear masks. He's the same in private and public. He doesn't fake virtue or pretend to be morally flawless. He just is. So when someone tries to expose him, there's nothing to uncover. No scandal, no hypocrisy. You can't shatter a mask he never wore. 8. He doesn't fear isolation, he functions in it. Exile breaks most men. Sigma males build empires there. Most men fear social exile, being excluded, canceled, isolated, because their worth is tied to connection. But Sigma males, they were built in solitude. When the crowd turns, when the whispers start, when the false accusations fly, he doesn't cling. He just leans in deeper to the silence he already trusts. Character attacks try to push him into isolation, but he's already been there, and he doesn't just survive there. He thrives there. He turns the exile into a fortress. 9. Time always reveals his consistency. Lies run sprints, truth runs marathons. You can assassinate a moment, a quote, a snapshot, but Sigma males build patterns, habits, systems, and those speak louder over time. Eventually, people compare the lie to the legacy. The heat of the rumor fades, the receipts remain, and those who watched from the shadows start piecing it together. He doesn't have to defend himself. Time defends him. When the dust settles, only what's real stays standing, and Sigma men are carved from bedrock. 10. He knows a smeared name is still a name, they're saying. When they try to erase you with lies, it's because silence made you too loud to ignore. The final savage truth? Character assassination is confirmation. Confirmation that your presence, your values, your peace, it threatens someone. Sigmas understand this. They don't chase damage control. They recognize the smear for what it is, a compliment in disguise. You're not assassinated if you're irrelevant. So they let the lie breathe because oxygen exposes it. They don't lower themselves to defend against peasants when they're busy building palaces. And when it's all over, the only thing remembered is how he never flinched. On a final note, a man who doesn't flinch when his name is on trial is a man the world eventually trusts more than the judge. The Sigma male doesn't survive character assassination. He neutralizes it. He doesn't yell louder than the lie. He just outlasts it. While others panic and beg for the narrative to be corrected, he walks straight through the smoke with no need to prove anything. His silence isn't submission, it's strategy. His stillness isn't fear, it's fortified self-awareness. They will try to twist his name, but they can't twist his spine. They will weaponize whispers, but they will never reach his blueprint. Because he doesn't live for the crowd, he lives in clarity, and that clarity is untouchable. So if they're still talking, let them. His legacy will be louder than their lies ever were.